Good morning. So I'm out here in the expectant mothers. I have 14 of them out here. 13 of them are potentially pregnant. One of them definitely is not pregnant because he is a wether, which is a castrated male. So we can count on him not having a baby. But the rest of them potentially are pregnant. Well, actually, I take that back. We also have Esther over here who is not pregnant any longer because she had this beautiful little lamb about 4 days ago. So she's not pregnant any longer, but the rest of them are. And so I was going to just talk about, like, I come out here sometimes in the middle of the night. It depends. But definitely every few hours I come check on these guys. And why? Why do I do that, right? I mean, they're going to have their babies whether I'm out here or not. And there's a couple of reasons. And the main reason is I'm trying to prevent death of those lambs, right? But what are the reasons why a lamb might die? And the first one is weather. And weather, for the most part, these are really, really hardy sheep. They're Katahdin sheep. They have babies out in the snow. They clean them up. They do great. And they live, which is, that's just why people have Katahdin sheep, because they're really, really hardy breed. But there are 3 types of weather. There's wind, and there's rain, and there's cold. And for the most part, they can tolerate 2 out of the 3. But you put 3 of them together, wind, rain, and cold, you're going to end up with a dead lamb probably. So on those nights where we have wind, rain, and cold, I'm definitely going to be checking on them in the middle of the night to make sure that they have coverage. Because one of the things that a mom does right before she has a baby is that she's not going to hang out here where there's shelter and nice hay to be eating. She's going to go way out there to the far end of the pasture to get away from her flock, to have those babies where she feels safe. So I do come check on them. The other reason a lamb might die is actually just a childbirth issue. The lamb is too big for the mom, or its shoulder gets stuck, or it's breech. And all of those situations might require intervention. And for the most part, I try not to intervene because I think that it's best if they just have their babies and they don't have me bothering them. So I usually just watch from a distance. But there are times where I have to go in and help them. And then the third reason that might happen, and I'm trying to think of what it is right now, is yearlings, new moms. They're all great moms. They do a great job taking care of their babies, but sometimes they don't do it right away. So they have the baby, and then they kind of look at this thing that came out of them, and they're going, whoa, what's that? And why is it trying to eat off of me? And so they spin in circles to get away from their baby, and then the baby will starve. Now, if you just hold that mom for all of a minute and a half, let it nurse, the baby nurse, the mom goes, I see what we're doing here. And then it will let the baby nurse and everything's great. But you kind of have to be there for that. I did have a lamb die a couple years ago, just because it was a new mom who just didn't know to let her baby eat. And so the baby died. Now, there is one ewe I'm watching today that I have a feeling might be delivering today. And you'll see all these sheep are hanging out right here, right? Everybody's good, hanging out. Except we have Beyonce, my little fancy girl. She's walking away. I don't know if you can see her, but she's way over there. She's walking away from the rest of the flock, which is an unusual behavior, but it could just be she's going to go eat grass. But she's also one I'm watching because of a couple other changes on her. One of them is her udder is quite full. And the second is that her vulva is quite red and swollen, which is a sign that she's an impending birth. And then the third reason that I think that she might be coming up is because, I don't know if you noticed, there's some little red marks on some of their backsides. That's showing me the day that the ram bred them. I put chalk on his chest, and when he breeds them, he puts a little red mark on there, and that tells me that 147 days from there, we should have a lamb. And she is at 145 days right now. So I think she's close. And she just, I don't know how, like, there's certain things. She just has a little look on her. So I'm keeping a close eye on Beyonce. today to see what she's doing. So that's why I come and check on them. It's not so much, for the most part, they do this alone. They do it really, really well. They're great moms. But sometimes they do need help. And so to make sure that I end up with the most number of alive lambs at the end of the breeding season, I do come check on them. Hope that helps. Talk to you soon.